Okay, now let's review counting by tens. So when counting by tens, we know that the number always ends in 0. So let's get to it. If it ends in 0, that means that we can have all the zeros at the ends every time. And all we have to do is put the first number in front of it, right? So all we have to do is put a 1. That's 10. Put a 2. That's 20. Put a 3. That's 30. Put a 4. That's 40. Put a 5. That's 50. Put a 6. That's 60. Put a 7. And what is it? 70. Put an 8. That's 80. Put a 9. That is 90. And last but not least, a 10. And that is 100. And we can keep going. We can say 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190. And the rest would be 200 after that. Let me do that in another color so you can see better. 200. It's all squiggly. So the rest would be 200. And this is how we count by 10. It's very easy. We just keep a 0 in the ends and we go in order as you've just seen. So as you can see here, we are counting by tens up to 100. What do you think all of these numbers have in common? They all end in 0. They all have the 0 right here at the end. And we only see the first number here. We know how to count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We know how to do that. That is very simple, counting by ones. But when we're struggling with counting by tens, all we have to do is remember that it's the same thing, but with a 0 at the end. So instead of 1, if we put a 0 after 1, we have 10. Instead of 2, if we put a 0 after 2, then we have 20. If we put a 0 after 3, we have 30. And so on and so forth. And even with 10, if we put a 0 after 10, we have 100. So as you can see, these all have a 0 at the end, and that is how we count by 10.